We'll be seeing slightly into the asset side of the balance sheet. So here, what is the difference between grant and loan? And then we have first loan, and then what is second loan? Then we have CC and OD limits, and a little about CIBIL score. So these are the topics we thought we will cover today in this video. So what is a grant and what is a loan? A grant doesn't require any repayment. Grant is given for some specific purpose. Loan requires you to repay the money you borrow, whereas a grant does not warrant any repayment. Grants are essentially like a gift. In other words, they are non-repayable. Grants may be awarded by government department, trust or corporations, and given to individuals also, business houses and educational institutions. Grant of loans and advances. So we have seen what is grant, and then what is grant of loan and advance. These loans or advances are given to members of the public and to the business community at a higher rate of interest than allowed by banks on various deposits. So the difference between deposit and advance is called spread, that we have already seen. So slightly higher than the deposit account, the interest will be levied on these kind of loans. What is the procedure for granting a loan? First is, they will test the pre-qualification process. Under pre-qualification process, origin of the purpose of the loan, the discussion about repayment capacity, all these things will be discussed. Once the bank is satisfied, they will get the loan application. After loan application, then the processing starts, then underwriting process starts. So what do they do in underwriting? They will check the creditworthiness of the borrower, say housing loan, business loan, car loan, personal loan. There are various types are there. So they also verify income of that particular borrower, assets if there are any debts that he needs to repay, and then other property details which he will be having. So these are the things which underwriter goes through, and then they take a credit decision depending upon the CIBIL score of that individual. Then quality check happens, and then funding takes place. So this is the process for loan. Is the loan similar to a grant? As we already told, grants are usually for a specific amount of money and are limited by how much funding the department has to give that year, and that is not repayable also. With a loan, you can get as much funding as possible according to your credit eligibility. So what do you mean by clean loan? So there is something called clean loan. A clean loan is a secured loan that requires guarantors alone, and really good financing option for individuals to meet any kind of personal or business needs, either planned or urgent basis. So what is the maximum ceiling amount of a loan under clean loan scheme? Normally individual banks decide it, but there is a cap of 15 lakh per individual on this kind of clean loan. So it is normally 5 times the salary or rupees 1 lakh, whichever is lower. That's how the repayment capacity is being looked into. So basically a collateral free loan, that you do not have to offer any asset or pledge collateral to borrow against this particular loan. That is called clean loan. So what is the first loan and what is second loan? When it comes to mortgages, there are two main types: first mortgage and second mortgage. So what is the difference between the two? The first mortgage is a primary loan that you take out to purchase a home. Supposing you take a home loan, the money you take for construction of the loan is called primary mortgage. The second mortgage is a loan that you take out in addition to your first mortgage. Supposing the house value is say 1 crore and you are taking a housing loan, say for example 30 lakhs. The remaining 70 lakhs cushion is available that can be taken as a mortgage loan, which is called second loan. How does a second mortgage work? Second mortgage allows you to use your home's equity and put it to work. This is what I explained a little earlier. Okay, now comes to the, so we have seen so far how the what is grant, what is loan, and how the loan process takes place, and what is the first mortgage and what is second loan. So So these are the various types we have seen. Now we will see the very important aspect of lending, CC and OD. So cash credit, CC is called cash credit, OD is called overdraft. In overdraft there are two types. One is temporary overdraft, the other one is just overdraft. Specific period it is. So the maximum amount is calculated as a percentage of sale and stock along with financial statements. This is called CC. Let me take an example of cotton getting converted into a cloth. Cotton becomes a thread in the spindle. Once the thread is knit and it becomes a cloth, and from the cloth it becomes a finished goods. So this entire process is called working cycle till the money comes back to the borrower. So from the beginning of purchase of raw material, which is cotton, converting into thread and then cloth and then selling it into market and getting money back. This entire process is called working cycle, and banks normally lend for this working cycle, which is called cash credit, CC. What is meant by OD, overdraft? An overdraft is a loan provided by a bank that allows a customer to pay for bills and other expenses when the account reaches zero. So for a fee, there is a charge on this. Bank provides a loan to the client in the event of an unexpected charge or insufficient account balance. This is called temporary overdraft. So normally for salaried class also it is given for 15 days. So from 15th to 30th of that month, depending upon the salary level of that employee, it is given to the other employees also. For salaried class, this is called temporary overdraft. How can I get a bank CC? So what are the documents that is required? Financial statement certified by a chartered accountant, bank account statement for at least 6 months, IT returns for at least 1 year. Normally they take 2-year IT return and 1-year projection. And loan repayment period is record. The track record is, if applicable, it is available, then that is seen. Proof of the collateral security. Additionally, what is the security given? And other relevant documents required by the bank. So how do I repay the OD loan? So this is about CC. How do I repay the OD loan? ECS facility can be set up, electronic clearing system that can be set up. So month on month specific period the amount can be transferred to the loan account. Issue a check which can be towards the loan, and also use online payment option. So these are the options available. Do we get interest on OD account? In case of an overdraft, you don't have to pay interest until you actually withdraw the money. Moreover, interest is charged on the amount being used, not on the sanctioned amount. General formula for credit card pays, it is normally number of days you use that fund, then divided by the month into rate of interest. That's how this is calculated. So what is OD limit in a bank? Overdraft limit account is a running account in which you can deposit, withdraw amount anytime up to the specified limit. The bank levies the interest on the overdraft amount used by the borrower at a predefined rate. Interest is calculated daily and billed debited on a monthly basis. So this has to be paid on every month. Then comes the important aspect of lending, which banks fall back on CIBIL score. What is CIBIL? CIBIL score. CIBIL score is a 3-digit numeric summary of your credit history. Credit Information Bureau of India Limited, that gives a credit score for you. If it is a -1, that means you haven't availed any loan so far. If repayment capacity, if you have not defaulted and been paying properly, your CIBIL score will be very nice. Any score above 750 will be excellent score for consideration. So how do I use a CC account? CC account and OD account, they're similar to a running account where amount can be deposited and withdrawn. And interest will be levied on the predefined interest rate for the amount being utilized. So what is EMI full form? Equated monthly installment. EMI is called equated monthly installment. So this is the amount you have to pay towards your loan on a monthly basis. So here we have seen what is a grant, what is a loan, and then we have seen the process of the loan, the CIBIL rating, first loan and second loan, cash credit and overdraft. We have also seen how EMI payment is being done. So I hope this video is useful for the students who are trying to learn basics of the borrowings. Thank you very much for patiently watching. Bye.